Hey everybody, welcome to the Brobarian channel. This is the Brobarian. I hope y'all doing good. Now, before I get started, God, family, country, and Pittsburgh sports, and in particular the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I hope you guys having a good day. Hope you had a good weekend. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get started. What I want to talk about is our Pittsburgh Steelers and the things I think that we're going to be working on this season. I think what they're really concentrating on, and that is three major things: us running the ball, us stopping the run, and us getting to the quarterback. If you guys remember, there's a video out there on YouTube with Bill Cowher talking to Greg Lloyd, and he just wants him to get to the quarterback. And I think this year was a perfect example of us not doing that on the regular, and it really affected us in our games. But it's more to it than that. If you look at our run game was pretty much close to the bottom. Our offensive line, when it comes to our blocking, wasn't on point. Najee Harris, every time he got the ball, all he saw was arms and legs coming towards him. It wasn't really a pretty sight when it comes to our running game. And we couldn't stop the run, especially during the playoffs. It seemed like during the season we were doing pretty good. We were ranked in the top 10 with defense, if you guys want to check it out, right? But the draft represented this. It did not represent us getting a quarterback that we really need at the moment, which we are lacking in a quarterback situation. But one thing I think Pittsburgh really did not like is how we ended the season by being ran on so much. Like we were in the top 10 during the season, but towards the end, we started to have some chinks in our steel. And then in the playoffs, it all fell apart. We were exposed so bad that, we had some guy over 200 something pounds running on us like it wasn't nothing. It kind of reminded me of a Jacksonville game. And I never want to see that again. I don't think Pittsburgh did either. So when you hear about people saying we should have drafted a certain quarterback, I don't care at all, because I think Pittsburgh's looking at last season, how it ended, and they don't want to repeat it again. So when you look at Derek Carmen, like I'm going to point out over here, okay, defensive lineman. When you look at another defensive guy, when it comes to Jack Sawyer, Yahya Black, those three guys are what represents what they want to focus on this year, which you guys can see. Now, when it comes to us running a ball, we had to replace Najee Harris. We got a good one. This guy reminds me of Barry Foster, the way he runs. And a lot of guys probably don't know him, but Barry Foster was, at the time, he was really, really good. He was right in line with a lot of great running backs where he had a great burst. He was actually working his way with Emmitt Smith and trying to be like the number one, number two running back in the league at the time. The guy was very powerful, very fast, and very run oriented when it comes to his play. So basically, you know what? He can see openings. He can take advantage of what the defense is doing to get that ball to the second level. And when you look at this guy, it looks like he can do the same thing. And I'm really happy we have him. Najee Harris was a strong 8-yard runner where he would get that 8 yards and fall down some type of way and get tripped up. This guy goes beyond that. And we haven't seen that since Le'Veon Bell or my favorite running back besides Jerome Bettis, Barry Foster. So we'll see how that goes. Will Howard, offensive guy, of course. Now, we're not talking about the running game right now. We're talking about a player that has a lot of fire, a lot of want to, a lot of blue collar attributes. Kind of reminds me of Big Ben a little bit, but I don't know yet because I want to see how he does when he goes into preseason. But looks like this draft addressed a lot of issues that we had, especially when it comes to running the ball, also defending against the run, and making sure that these players can get to the quarterback, a la Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer reminds me of another version of TJ Watt. If you guys remember, TJ Watt was freaking killing it at first, but then they started passing him off or just double teaming him where he wasn't effective. And the quarterback didn't really have any fear. He had a lot more time to do what he wanted to. And I think this draft addressed those issues. So it's not about us blackballing certain players or doing this and that. Pittsburgh remembered how the year ended, and they wanted to fix that. And I think that's what this draft was all about. So that's all I want to say. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope you guys really like what I put out here. I didn't really want to put out generic stuff or too detailed. So I want to be kind of like in the middle, because I wanted this to be quick. I want y'all to get a good gist of what I was thinking of and see if you guys had anything you want to talk about. Any suggestions you guys want me to report on, or not really report on, but put data on, make a video of. I think I got a lot of good feedback about the last video I did. So just let me know. You guys take care. God bless y'all. Have a good night. And once again, go Pittsburgh. Y'all take care and good night. Now I'm going to stop this video. I'm done.